passed on. She said, your daughter is passed on. Your daughter is no more. And I literally lost my mind. I literally, oh my God. My name is Sihle Sibisi, and I am a mother to my daughter, Tangile, who has now ascended to heaven and has become an angel, not just to me, to my son, to her friends, and the family at large. I'm not alone. I'm with my son, and we decided to tell Tepang's story ourselves, who is affectionately known as TK.
My name is Mkanisi Sileke, and Tepang was my sister, and my mom is Sihle Sileke.
I'm sure many are confused saying, why are you saying your mom is Sihle Sileke? Well, Sibisi is my maiden surname, and I use that. You know why? I use that surname because I'm fetching my life back. Because when I went through pain, I was not yet married. The abuse and atrocities I went through, I was Sihle Sibisi, so I'm deliberately fetching my life back. But yes, on paper, legally, I am Sihle Sileke, just like my son said. So how are you feeling today that we've decided to just come and share our journey about your sister?
I mean, I'm feeling like sharing our story would like put some dust to settle.
What do you mean dust to settle?
Because there's lots of people talking about different things, assuming things.
Assuming things. Right, so we want to just own our story. And if we had to picture Tepang, if Tepang had to wake up right now, what do you think she'd say to us?
Right now?
Yeah, like if God just, a miracle happened and she was able to just get up and say something, what do you think she'd say to us?
She'll probably tell me I need to do my hair.
Probably tell you need to do your hair. Wow. You know what I think she would do? I think she would probably say, she'd probably be preparing a speech to tell people how she passed on, don't you think? And the reason why I say that is that TK, as we affectionately call her, was a public speaker. She was an ambassador for a foundation that I run called Kwanele Foundation, and she spoke against gender-based violence and femicide to her peers, meaning children her age, and she taught them what gender-based violence was. Her main slogan was no to bullying, no to teasing, no to body shaming. So that's why I'm saying that. And you know, today marks 1 month and 7 days since Tepang passed away. Did you realize that?
When tomorrow starts without me, and I'm not there to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I wish so much you wouldn't cry the way you did today, while thinking of the many things we didn't get to say. I know how much you love me, as much as I love you, and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. But when tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand and said my place was ready in heaven far above. and that
1 month and 7 days. We are going to take you through who Tepang was before we tell you what happened on that fateful night. Tepang was my daughter. She was born on Christmas Day in 2013. For me to conceive Tepang was not easy. But when we finally conceived Tepang, she was a miracle baby to me and my kids and the family at large. When Tepang was born, I remember the doctors, I think she was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. As a result, I remember how we had to go through family counseling. Do you remember that?
Not really.
Not really. Do you remember when we were playing with Tepang, what did you used to do? The doctor told us what we needed to do. What did we have to do?
We used to open her hands because she wasn't able to open them, and move her legs because she wasn't able to
Remember, we used to move them in a bicycle form, and the physiotherapist would say when you play with her, move her feet as if she's riding a bicycle, and open her hands. And miraculously, Tepang, her milestones were a bit delayed, but she eventually learned how to walk and talk. Remember? And when Tepang was 2 years old, that's when her dad, who was my husband, passed on, and my whole world turned around into a nightmare. But this is not what I'm going to discuss today. So when my husband passed on, I was left with just you and Tepang. Remember? And when Debu passed on, you were 6 years old. 6 years old. And Tepang was 2 years old. And so for the past 8 years, we've just been doing this life, the three of us. Okay? Tepang was... How was Tepang's character when you think of her, your relationship with her?
She was very enthusiastic.
Why?
Even in situations that she wasn't supposed to be enthusiastic in.
For example?
For example, if I were to get in trouble, sometimes she'd laugh at me because I laughed at her the day before and she got in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. And talk about when you are doing swimming galas and she's not swimming and she's sitting next to me, what would you expect would happen?
Tepang, she had it out for me in terms of my reputation at my school.
What do you mean?
Whenever swimming galas or any sports events happened, she'd always persuade my mom to embarrass me.
How would I embarrass you?
Start screaming.
What would I scream?
Many things. My name, my full name, sometimes, yeah.
No, but it's true because I remember Tepang, TK and I were besties in the sense that whenever you were on stage, if you're swimming or playing soccer, when we came to support you, TK would say, "Mommy, shout louder. Say, go MK, go MK, go." And I'd be the loudest mom of them all. And those are the things that I miss about her. At home, how was your relationship with TK?
At home?
Yeah.
No, it was fine. It was good. Yeah, we used to play together a lot. Yeah. We had a good relationship.
You had a good relationship. And did you guys sometimes hide things from me? Are you gonna share those things?
Those secrets I take to the grave.
Secrets you take to the grave?
Yes, I promised her.
Oh wow. Are they secrets that I should be worried about? No.
No, I don't think so.
So I was watching some of your videos on her phone where you guys were you would take a bottle and throw it over and you would dance. What was that about?
Like what was happening is, it was like this day that you were, I'm not sure where you were, you were at work, I think. And then Tabang called you asking if you could order pizza. Then she sent me a voice note on my phone even though I was inside the house. I still have that voice note.
She sent you a voice note on your phone even though you were in the house. Okay.
Because I don't know why, honestly. She's like, Kanisi, mommy's ordering pizza. You better be a good boy. So, yeah, and then when the pizza arrived, like in the video, Tabang's like, let's play a game. Oxta, what type of game? She's like, we can get a bottle and whoever lands it gets a slice of pizza. So I kept landing it and it was to the point where she hadn't eaten. So I had to land for her and give her some pizza. Yeah.
And this was during school holidays now in December. Yeah. Because you two were just always together, like each other's besties, you know? Let's talk about Tibang, the public speaker. Tibang used to... What was your experience with Tibang when she had a speech or something? What would you remember about her?
Last time she told me a speech was probably 2 years back. I promise. Because when we went to boarding, she was telling the teachers.
Oh, boarding school, yeah.
So, last thing I remember is her running to me and saying, MK, you want to hear my speech?
And?
I told her, no, I'm doing my homework. Please, it's 1 minute long. Took 4 minutes, but like, but still, yeah.
But remember when each time, for example, it was Youth Day or anything that you do with abuse and body shaming, and we were home on weekends, and I would say, TK, come see the news, and then she'd sit with me and I'd explain to her about, remember when Childline changed their phone number, and about body shaming and bullying. How quick would Tepang just create a speech and remember it?
Yeah, it was quick, yeah.
She was very brainy, huh?
Yeah.
And she loved talking. Like, I think she was a public speaker, you know. She loved swimming. I think one thing I from her school, especially at the memorial service, one thing the teachers kept on saying was that she was a top achiever holistically, meaning academically she was a top student when it came to sports holistically. And more than anything, they said she was very kind and she was very friendly. And I remember listening to her friends during the memorial service and the funeral when they were talking about how one of the friends spoke about how Tepang taught her how to swim, you know, and that blew me over, and so many things. Let's talk about Christmas Day, our last Christmas with TK. I remember how TK insisted that this year we should invite her cousins and the whole family to come for Christmas for her party. And did it happen? It did happen.
Yeah.
Everybody came. And I remember we set up the Christmas tree with CK first week of December after schools closed. Yeah, first week of December we set up the Christmas tree, and she was over the moon. She enjoyed the fact that it would just blink on its own, right? And on Christmas Day, what do you remember about Christmas Day?
The day or like early in the morning?
Well, early in the morning, the day before Christmas. What is the ritual that we usually do? Okay,
it's not a ritual.
You, Tepang, and I. What's the ritual we usually do the eve of someone's birthday?
We usually get a cake, light some candles and wake them up while singing them happy birthday.
We wake them up what time?
Like midnight
Yeah.
on their birthday.
Yeah, so that's what we do in our home. On the midnight of the day of your birthday, we will buy cake. We will hide the cake, and we will wake you up in your sleep, and we'll sing happy birthday. And there was nothing different with this time around. 24th December came. Tepang was excited because her aunts, her uncles, even her great-grandfather, because he is my grandfather, all confirmed they were coming. And on the 24th, we bought a cake. Remember, we bought 2 cakes. We bought a vanilla one and a chocolate cake. And at midnight, we walked to TK's room, right? I think let's not talk much about that. Let's allow the viewers to see what happened when we walked into TK's room. You can watch the video. It's Christmas morning, and our daughter TK is turning 10. We're going to wake her up in her bedroom. We need to sing for her. Let me go in with it. Let me go in. Come in. TK. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mommy's angel. I said Mommy's angel, you said what?
TK.
Happy birthday what?
TK.
Happy birthday, TK. 10 years old. Happy birthday. Give her. You need to make a wish. You mustn't smudge it. You need to make a wish in your little hearty. We count up to 10, then you blow and make a wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip hip hooray! Okay, look at you. And there's your card. You must read your card. You know, what does your card say?
Wishing you the best birthday ever.
Read it.
Happy birthday to her. You've been the best sister in the world. You being in my life has been nothing short but a blessing. Even though we have our argument, you're still the best sister in the world. From a big family.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh gosh.
10 years old today, we love you. You'll never doubt it. Forever be TK.
Happy birthday. Do you want a slice of cake now?
Okay.
Are you going to cut your cake now? Or we're going to cut in the morning. It's midnight, you know. We're the first to say happy birthday to you, TK. Do you want to sing for your sister?
You sang.
Another song.
What other song?
Like, I don't know. Happy. Oh. She's 10 years old. 2 digits. No longer 1 digit. 10. 10 years old. Christmassy baby. Go back and sleep. We'll have more cake in the morning. How's that? Good night. We love you. Remember afterwards we did another video where she was talking about Minnie Mouse. What's the story of Minnie Mouse that you know?
Minnie Mouse.
Is it Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse?
It's Minnie.
Yeah, what's the story of Minnie that you know? Because Tepang, she slept with Minnie, she went everywhere with Minnie. Even when she was at boarding school, she went with Minnie. Like Minnie was Tepang. What's yours? What did she tell you about Minnie?
So she got Minnie like the day she was born, basically. So she'd refer to Minnie as her sister,
Yes.
not her teddy bear.
Yes.
That's why she took her everywhere.
Even on her birthdays, Minnie was there. But if you want to understand more about who Minnie Mouse is, please watch this next video to see Tepang explain for herself who Minnie Mouse was. And these videos were taken by myself midnight, 25th December 2023. Let's listen to what she says about Minnie Mouse. Things also? Oh yeah. Why?
Because 9 years ago, and now let me see, 10 years ago, today, early hours of the morning, my dad bought this for me. My dad and my brother bought this for me.
Oh, and look what the calendar says already. It says Monday 25 December. Do you see? TKMK, do you see? Already it says Monday 25. Monday 25. Happy birthday, Spompa. Good nighty. So you heard about Minnie Mouse, and she says her brothers and her dad bought her that Minnie Mouse for her birthday. Oh, Minnie and Tepang were besties, eh? Let's talk about her birthday. So it's Christmas morning, and remember we cooked the night before. We did the turkey, and the family came. And how was Tepang on her birthday? Your observation.
She was very excited.
Why?
Because it's her birthday. She was very
And she was
excited.
getting double digits. She kept on saying, I'm 10 years old, double digits.
Yeah. And then, like, there was a point at the day where she got very angry.
Why?
Because they were stealing balls off the Christmas tree and losing them. So she got very angry.
Who was stealing balls off the Christmas tree?
I don't know, these other children.
Your cousins.
Yeah.
They were not stealing. The little kids were just taking,
it off,
Yeah.
losing them. Yeah.
Well, I remember we had a beautiful Christmas. The family was there, and my grandfather was there. Tepang's grandmother was there. The aunts, the uncles, everybody was there. It was just a party the whole day. We sang happy birthday to Tepang. The weather was not great though. It was not sunny on Christmas Day. It was a bit cloudy.
It rained a little bit.
It rained a little bit, but they still went ahead and swam. And then everybody slept over. Everybody who came for Christmas Day slept over. I remember it was packed. The whole house was packed. And I think that was the spirit of Christmas. We enjoyed it. And for the first time, because usually on Christmas we would go to church and go visit other people. But this time we had it at home and everybody was there. And it was a beautiful day that we spent, not knowing that it was going to be TK's last earthly birthday with us. Fast forward, she was excited, the family was excited. New Year's Eve, we were all together again with family. And then what was her greatest excitement for 2024? The fact that she was going to a new school. Yes.
And the
Camp, yes. So the new school story is because one other thing in our home is that my kids always loved doing things together. So if MK gets new tackies, TK must get new tackies. If MK gets a new cap, TK must get a new cap. So MK, my son, 2024, which is this year, he was going to high school. And TK felt, she cannot be in a separate school from her brother. So fortunately for us, the school that my son currently attends had a preparatory, right? A preparatory in it. So Tepang was accepted also to go for grade 5. And her greatest excitement, I remember, was, oh, mommy, her voice. Oh, mommy, we're going to use iPads. Oh, mommy, I can't wait for camp. Remember how she used to talk? Like, I can't wait for camp. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. She was just excited about starting at a new school with her brother, because even though she wouldn't see her brother, because of course she'd be in college, because they call high school college, but that you were in one place was the greatest excitement for her. Then the story of what happened to TK begins. Are we ready to talk about it? Yeah. Okay. So on the before that, on the 8th of on the 7th of January,
10.
the eve. No. The eve of the documentary. There was a documentary that I did with BBC UK. The eve of the documentary, we were home, and remember there was some of the people from BBC at the house also, and TK was so excited about the documentary. But you guys had seen it already. You had previewed it a month before, right? A month before, so you knew.
Like December.
Sorry?
Like early December, I think.
Early.
Or mid-December.
Yes, mid-December. You, TK and myself had previewed it already, so you guys knew what to expect. So we knew that there was going to be backlash and everything. And TK kept on saying, mommy, each time people wrote something bad about me or said something bad about me, what would TK say to me?
They don't know your story, so they must mind their own business.
And each time I would cry and say, oh my God, I'm trending, my heart is sore. What would TK say?
When you're trending.
Yeah, like when I'm trending for whatever that they write. Let's say they say Sihle CBC is in the bush dancing with the chicken or something, anything. What words of encouragement would TK say?
I mean, there was one time she said, people don't even know what goes on here, so they must stop speaking lies and mind their own business.
And what people don't know is that my greatest strength are my children. When the world is cruel, when the world is hard on me, my children are my greatest source of strength, because they're no longer small for them not to be able to read or see what's happening. But I would get affirmation from TK mostly. I mean, even you. I mean, the only difference is that you're the introvert, meaning you're the quiet one, and TK is the loud one. But you guys would always say, Mommy, we know the truth, we've got you, and we love you, and that's what made me strong. So on the 10th of January, 2024, I woke up in the morning, and it was a Wednesday, right? 10th of January 2024 was a Wednesday. I woke up, and when I woke up in the morning, my daughter, TK, because one thing that people don't know, my daughter loved cooking. She was the greatest cook ever. She loved cooking. She loved baking. What couldn't she do in the kitchen, MK?
Nothing. She could cook anything.
She could cook anything, and that's because she watched YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So on the 10th, on Wednesday, she came to my room and she said, Mommy, are you going to go out to work today? And I said, yes, I just need to run a few errands. And she said, well, here's a grocery list. And the grocery list, TK, in her own handwriting, she wrote, number 1, these are the things I needed to buy: milk, sugar, sweets, noodles, eggs, meat, oros, bread, cold drink, and Nutella. And this was TK's writing. And I took the grocery list with me and I said, okay, sure, I'm going to buy what you want me to buy. And I remember that day on the 10th, I left you guys alone at the house, the two of you. How was TK that day? How were you guys together that day? What happened? Just the two of you.
The 10th?
Yeah, on the Wednesday. This is the day before she passes on, yeah.
So I think I slept in. So when I woke up, you were gone. Mm-hmm. And when I went to the dining room, Tepang was cooking up an omelette or something. Mm-hmm. And then she asked if I wanted it. I'm like, no, thank you. Mm-hmm. So I made myself breakfast, and then I sat down to watch a movie with my sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just watched the movie that they played a game together. Yeah,
It was a normal day.
yeah, no day.
I remember I came back home, and when I got back home, when I walked into my bedroom, I was met with love letters. This is the letter that I found on my bed, because Tsipang was very expressionate, right? She loved writing love letters, and she would let you know how she felt. And I think I saw a me in her, because she was very expressionate, you know. And just to share with you, this is what the love letter said. She said, "Thank you, Mom, for understanding that I would be mad with you, but always forgiving me in the end." So she'd be mad with me. Wow. "Thank you for your kindness, caring, and immeasurable patience, your love, support, and the good morals and values that you taught me. Thank you for being a mother role model and friend. Thank you for telling me that you don't expect me to be perfect, but you love and accept me for who I am." This was the letter from TK. And I remember I read this letter, and I called her to my room, and I said, "TK, thank you so much for this letter. Why am I getting this letter?" She said, "Oh, I just wanted you to know my heart." And then the next thing, she came back again, and there was another letter where she wrote, "Thanks to the woman who made life possible." This is TK. And I remember I took this and I put it on the side of my bed, right? And the strangest part of it all is, during the afternoon, she came and gave me this heart. Now this heart says, "Love you, Mommy." But behind it she wrote, "I love you day and night. Never doubt that I will love you till the day I die." What do you think of this final letter?
I don't know what I think about that letter.
Yeah.
Tsepang was always affectionate and loved expressing herself a lot.
So I got these letters, and for me it was my little girl as normal and as usual. She was very affectionate and she loved sharing her love with us. Fast forward, we sat, we were home, I was watching TV with TK, and I remember someone from BBC came to the house that night, and just to check up on us if we were okay, because I was already trending. People were speaking whatever nonsense they wanted to speak about me. So one thing about the BBC, they wanted to make sure that psychologically we were okay, me and the kids, if you remember. And they came that night just to check on us, and they left. And I remember I was so tired. I think it was, and then Tepang vanished for about an hour. She was sitting she was in her bedroom. And what was she doing in her room?
She called me to we played this finish the lyrics game. Then I went to my room. Yeah.
And then she was busy with makeup. She was busy. You guys were playing games, and then she was busy with makeup. And I think she was doing her makeup with somebody on the other side of the phone, because TK and her friends would do makeup while they video chat or video call each other. And I remember I was tired. I went to my bedroom, and then she came to the room to come and show me her final piece of art that she had done on her face. And I remember the time, because why I remember the time is because I think after her passing, going through her videos and pictures, I could actually see what time and date the video was taken. And for some reason, when she walked into my room, it was 0024, meaning it was already 24 minutes past midnight, but on the 11th of January. And please watch the video of what happened when Tepang came to show me her makeup in my room.
How does it look?
Come closer.
Okay.
What did you do to your face?
It's like an ombre-ish thingy. I have a picture of what I wanted to do, and it's all over TikTok, so I thought I was trying myself.
Oh my gosh, you look beautiful. You look hot like a heater, like a bomb.
Thank you.
Who are you doing it with?
My cousin.
Yes, girl, high five. And come on. It's a mommy's girl, mommy's best friend. Are you sleeping with mommy today? No, yes or no? No, go to your room. Da da da.
I
da,
will.
Da 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 da. Love you, my babes. You look hot. You look beautiful. When are you doing it at so late at night? Are you not gonna wash your face?
I am.
You must take pictures to keep.
I did already.
Okay. I'm gonna post this video.
Okay.
Okay. Look at you. Who's your mommy? 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 Who's your brother? Who's your brother? Who's your brother?
Okay.
Ha 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 ha. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Japan.
Ooh, Batung, Batung, Batung. What's your other name? Other name? Oh, Gosiami. What's your short name? Your nickname? Ooh, are you the baby for who? Oh my gosh, Sita who? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Looking so cute. Ooh, Tika! Love you, Nana. Good night, Nana. Nighty. Switch off for mommy. You've seen the video, and she was very excited and happy in the video, right? She switched off the light. She walked out of my room, but exactly 2 or 3 minutes later, she walked back in, and looking at my phone and looking at the timeline, it was 00:30, meaning 30 minutes past midnight. And she walked into my bathroom and she was washing her face. And for some reason, I was in my bed, but I took a video of that. Please watch the video. What are you doing?
Wash my face.
Why washing your face?
I just take soap.
Wow. Why are you washing it off?
Because I can't sleep like that.
If you sleep like that, what's going to happen?
I'm gonna get a rash.
Wow, Madam Rash.
What is that?
Madam Rash. So when I say my daughter was not sick, when I say my daughter was not sick, you've seen the 2 videos. My daughter was not sick. After I took that video, she went to her room and she said good night to me, and I slept. She slept. And the only person that stayed up, I think, was my son. A few hours later, my son came to wake me up. Run about what time was that what happened? Run about what time was it?
3 in the morning.
Around?
47 past 3, I think.
47 minutes past 3. So, what happened? You were still awake. What were you doing?
I was on my phone and I was awoken by, I was still awake, so I heard screaming and crying. So I went to my sister's room. Then she was crying and screaming. Then I asked her what's wrong. Then she said her legs are sore, she's shaking, and she's losing vision. Then she asked me to get her water, so I rushed to the kitchen to pour her some water so she could drink some water. Then she was telling me how she's scared and she wants me to sleep with her because she's scared. And I'm like, no, you're not okay. I need to take you to mommy's room. So she asked, since I said that, she's like, okay, please go wake up mommy. So I opened my mom's door. Then I went to...
You literally banged the door open.
I went to go wake up my mom in a hurry. Then I told her Tepang's not okay. Then my sister tried to walk into my mom's room, but like it's as if her body wasn't stable. Then she fell in the hallway. So me and my mom had to help her up onto my mom's bed.
So we picked her up and we put her on my bed. And I remember saying, Tepang, what's wrong? And she kept on screaming. She said, Mommy, my head hurts. She said, Mommy, my head hurts. And then I said, MK, I said, my head hurts and I'm feeling a bit cold. And I said, MK, quickly get a glass of water. And you brought water and I dropped Corenza C inside, right? And I took an Adcodol and I gave her, and because I'm thinking her head is hurting and she's feeling a bit cold. And she said, Mommy, I'm going blind. Mommy, I'm going blind. And I said, MK, quickly fetch her night mask, because when she sleeps, she always wears this. And I remember, MK, you went and you fetched this for us, right? And I put it over my daughter's face to cover her eyes because I thought maybe it's the light from the room. And she said, Mommy, I'm going blind. I said, can you see me? She said, yes, I can see you, but you're blurring. She said, yes, I can see you, but you're blurring. And immediately from there, she then stopped screaming. And what was her last word to you and me? What did she say?
Now she was lying on the bed, and then she said, I just need to sleep and I'll be okay. I just need to sleep and I'll be okay.
No, she said, Mommy and MK, I need to sleep, I'll be okay. And that's when I ran out of the bedroom because I was like, we need to go to the hospital. But as I ran out of the bedroom, you then shouted to me, and what did you say?
So I was by her.
I left you with her in the bedroom while I thought we need to rush to the hospital, and then you were, yeah?
And then I was with her and she was like sleeping. And she was like foaming by the mouth. And like some snot came out of her nose. And I was monitoring her breathing and cleaning up the snot and the foam. Then all of a sudden I could feel that the pulse was getting weaker and weaker. So I screamed for my mom and told her I don't think my sister's breathing.
You said to me, Mommy, Tepang has stopped breathing. At that moment, how did you know that she'd stopped breathing?
Because weirdly enough, the day before, I actually started teaching myself how to tell if people are breathing through the pulse. So weirdly enough, I could tell because of the day before and things like that. So after calling you,
you said something about you noticed.
Yeah, like while I was monitoring her breathing before her pulse started slowing down, like she had this one snot bubble out of her nose, her right nose, and I could tell that she was breathing because it was going like that. But then I removed it, and then her pulse just started going down.
So then my son screamed, "Mommy, TK, stop breathing." Then immediately I started shaking. I thought, oh my God. And I ran to the neighbor's house and I banged on the door. And I was like, I need someone to come help me. We ran back into the house and our neighbor's husband was there and he picked her up, and it was hard to pick her up. Remember, she was very heavy. We got into the car and we drove to the hospital. And when we got to the hospital, I think I was sitting at the back with TK, and you were in the front. Were you in the front? I was sitting at the back with TK, and I was holding her. And the whole time I was praying and I was singing, and you were in the front with our neighbor. And we got to hospital and they took us straight to emergency. When we got to emergency, immediately they took and they put her on a stretcher, right? And they stretched her in. And then when we walked in, they moved us away. And I remember immediately I called my aunt and my sister, and I said, please come to hospital quickly. TK is not okay. And at some point I gave you the phone to say speak to them, because I couldn't, because at that time the doctors had called me in. And when the doctors called me in, that's when they said to me, sorry, but your daughter died on arrival. And I remember when I was shouting, and I kept on shouting and shouting and screaming at the hospital, and I said it can't be. And I remember I begged, and I remember I was cussing at the doctor, and I said they need to wake her up because my daughter was not sick. And then they started resuscitating and resuscitating and resuscitating, and then they pushed to resuscitate for about 30 minutes, I think. And then a pulse came back. And then immediately, I think a pulse came back. Then they started running around the hospital now. They had to take her for, was it a head scan or something?
Brain scan.
They had to take her for a brain scan or something. And they did all the tests. By that time, my sister's there with her husband and her daughter, and my aunt is there. And and then from there, immediately they took us to the ICU. When we got to ICU, they said you couldn't go inside, right? Because they said only 16 years and above. So when we were in ICU, they put all the machines on her, and the doctors were working on her, and then they wrapped her up in, it's like something white. The whole body was wrapped in something white. And the explanation to me from the doctor was that the thing they wrapped her up with, they wanted her to cool down her temperature so that her head, the arteries or the veins could they were swollen, so they needed the swelling to go down. In layman terms, the swelling to go down. So they basically had her wrapped up in that so that the swelling could go down. And usually they said they do that if somebody has had some injury in the head. And I remember sitting, and then they called in a trauma counselor. I didn't get it then why they would call us a trauma counselor. And the doctor then called me in. They showed us a scan of her lungs to say, because of the seizures she had, her lungs had completely they were not looking, because apparently when they're normal, they have to be black inside. And her lungs were white inside. So it shows because of the seizures she had, and they were running more tests. And the doctor came back and said to me that your daughter is experiencing a hemorrhage. I thought, what is that? She says the is it an X-ray? It's showing a hemorrhage. I'm like, in layman terms, what is a hemorrhage? She says there's bleeding in the head. And I'm like, so what's gonna happen? She says that's why we've got her wrapped in those white things, and that's why she's in so many machines. She's critical, but just pray. The doctor just kept on saying, just pray. And then I remember the doctor calling me into the room, and she says to me, the machine was breathing for TK, but she said to me, I could hear the machine going doot 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 doot, and then in every interval it would go doot doot doot, and when it was going doot doot doot, it was showing yellow. And according to the doctor, that was my daughter fighting. She was fighting. So she said to me, your daughter's fighting. You need to pray. She'll be fine. And then we were told we could go home and come back. Visiting time is from 11 to 8 p.m. We can go home. The doctors are monitoring her, and we subsequently left. So we went home, and the hospital and the house is how many minutes away?
7.
It's about 7 minutes, not above 7 minutes. And when we got home, at this time, as we sat on the couch, the phone rang again, and the hospital phoned to say, are you Sihle Seleke? Remember Seleke on my documents. On my documents, I am Seleke because I am Mrs. Seleke. And I said, yes. And they said, what's your relationship to Tepang Kanyisile? And I said, she's my daughter. And they said, please come back to the hospital. And I said, why? And she said, please, you need to come back. I said, why? She said, there's something you forgot to sign. I immediately gave the phone to my aunt, and by that time, my friend Nagi had arrived, and we drove back to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, one thing I noticed this time around is that as we walked into the children's ICU, the curtains of the room where my daughter was in were closed. And in all this, I'm wearing, what was I wearing? I was still in my pajamas. Because when we left the house, I was in my pajamas, and I was in my, what do you call that thing? Is it a tuk? I was in my pajamas and my tuki, and I still went back to the hospital the same way. And when I got there, and I'm like, why is my daughter's room closed? Why are the curtains closed? And they said, don't worry, we're just cleaning her up. And they put us in an isolation room. I could see the doctor pacing up and down, and we waited for another good 30 minutes. And the doctor came into the room, and she said, we've done all the tests. We ruled out everything. There was no poison. There was nothing. The only thing that happened, she says, after you left, your daughter started bleeding through the nose and the mouth. She started bleeding like a lot of blood, and we had to suction it. And she says, when we checked through investigations that we've just done, your daughter had a ruptured aneurysm. And that's when she said, I'm sorry, your daughter is passed on. She said, your daughter is passed on, your daughter is no more. And I literally lost my mind. I literally, oh my God. want me to go see my daughter. And when I walked into the room, she still had the white thing on her, but the machines were off, and my daughter was no more. And I tried to wake her up. She just wouldn't wake up. I kissed her. I begged her. I said, "Come back, come back, come back, come back. TK, come back. TK, come back." And that was the end of my daughter. And that's how my daughter passed on. And I needed the doctor to help me understand what killed my daughter. And the final diagnosis was that my daughter had a ruptured aneurysm. And I said, "What is that? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is." And they tried to explain in layman terms, but still it didn't make sense because my daughter was not sick. My daughter was fine. You saw the videos. My daughter was fine, like two hours plus minus before she started screaming. She was fine. My daughter was not sick. So we then what is an aneurysm? I then had to also try and understand what they're telling me. And according to Google, what happens when a child has a brain aneurysm? It says, according to the kids' health information, it says a typical aneurysm in children has no symptoms until they burst, until they rupture. A ruptured aneurysm can cause bleeding in the space around the brain. This is called a hemorrhage. This can extend within the brain and cause a blockage of the normal fluid in the brain or put pressure on the brain. Then they say, according to a study done in 2021, which included 47 children, the mortality rate was 10.6%, meaning that just under 90% of children who experienced a ruptured aneurysm survived. Those who died all had a ruptured aneurysm that caused a type of brain bleed called a hemorrhage. The survival is lower when an aneurysm ruptures. This is according to the Brain Aneurysm in Children Survival Rate and Outlook Healthline. So this is when my son was not even at the hospital when this happened. So when we got back home, what happened? I called you aside, right? I called you to my bedroom. And what did I say to you?
You called me to your room from my room. And then you sat me down. And then I asked you if Tepang's fine. And Then you said you're sorry, but Tepang's no more.
Then how did you feel, baby?
I had mixed emotions because I really thought she was gonna come out fine.
And that's when our lives changed forever. And that's when we had to be on adrenaline mode. That's when I remember sitting with you and asking you, MK, so remember when we were planning the funeral, I involved you in everything. And I said, MK, what color coffin? What do you want? And you were like, we need to do pink and white, your favorite colors. And it was just before school opened. And I remember we decided we want to bury her before school opens because you were going to grade 8. And you didn't want to come home and still find a lot of people in the house and your sister's not buried. And that's when we planned the funeral. And please just watch a clip, just a brief clip of TK's funeral. Before the funeral, remember the school had a memorial service on the Saturday. The funeral was on Sunday. And what was going through your mind and all of that? During the memorial service, how did you feel?
As I was sitting down listening to people's speeches, a part of me was hoping that she'd just walk through the hall and just come sit next to us. reassuring us that everything would be okay.
And on the funeral day,
I mean, on the funeral, I had mixed emotions because my body didn't know what was going on, but I knew what was going on. And then when they started lowering her caskets, I think that's when my body registered what happened. And it's as if her life flashed before my eyes.
and maybe people are asking themselves why we have this here. This was the program, right? This was the funeral program. And this is the headgear that she wore. If you look at the video, she had this on with this. So she was so dramatic. She had this and this on. According to the video, just 2 hours before she passed on, she had this on. And we were going through her diary, and I realized, as she's a cooker that she was, she had ingredients. She wanted to bake egg-free vanilla sprinkle cakes, and she had her ingredients written in here. And I remember when we came, when they had said she'd passed on, immediately I said to you, I want us to lock her bedroom because we didn't want people in there. But when we got into her bedroom, we found this was her favorite. What do you call it?
Cup.
Her favorite cup or bottle, yeah. And inside, I remember I could feel there was something inside, and I was brave enough to taste. And I told you what was inside.
I think it was cold drink.
It was Oros. Yes, she still had Oros inside. And I said to you, I'm going to finish it. And I drank and I finished it. And then I said to you, rinse it up, dry it up, and put it in her room. And this is her cell phone. As you can see, it has a picture on it. And from that day, who was in charge of her phone? It was you. And what did I say to you? Why did I want you to be in charge of it? I said, keep it. What did I say?
Because people kept texting her on her phone. And I had to tell people what happened.
Yeah. And we've just kept her phone. We locked her room. The funeral happened and everybody left. And we were now left on our own in the house. And I remember that's when I started doing a lot of research on what is brain aneurysm. I needed to educate myself to say, what is brain aneurysm? What is ruptured brain aneurysm? And when I was doing the research, I saw in South Africa there was not enough stats. I needed a support group for parents who've lost their children through brain aneurysm. I needed something to make sense. And I started going to see different neurologists, pediatricians, to try and make sense of all of this. And I bumped into the Brain Aneurysm Foundation, which is based in Boston, abroad. And I reached out to them and I said, I've just lost a child. And the diagnosis of her death is that she had a ruptured aneurysm, and that's what caused the death. And it's so sad that most parents will only know about this post-death. For children, they really know symptoms. Like when I read, if you go on Google and you check ruptured brain aneurysm for children, it will give you more information that there's usually no symptoms for children. It just happens and parents know post-death. And I started being in conversation with the Brain Aneurysm Foundation in Boston, and I've been attending their support groups for parents online. And you've been seeing a psychologist also. How's that been going?
It's been going good.
How's that? It's been going good. What's good about it?
I mean, it's nice to talk to someone.
And are you able to be open about it? And I think most people just never understood or still don't understand what took our beloved daughter away. Even myself, I'm still doing research on it. And that is why my daughter's names are TK. And TK stands for Tepang. Kanyisile. Kanyisile means light. Means light. And from the parental support that I've been getting from the Brain Aneurysm Foundation in Boston, and realizing that I'm not the only parent who has lost a child through a ruptured brain aneurysm. And in South Africa, we don't have much information on it. That is what now has pushed us to say, in memory of Tepang Kanyisile, we are going to launch the Kanyisile Pediatric Foundation for awareness of brain aneurysm. It's strictly going to focus on creating awareness on brain aneurysm. It's the Kanyisile Pediatric Foundation for awareness of brain aneurysm, and we are thankful for the support that we've been getting through education and that we're still going to get from the Brain Aneurysm Foundation in Boston. That's going to help us through this journey as we are learning more about it from them, about what aneurysm is. Any last words you want to say? How do you feel now about ever since you've started high school? What's different at home? How are you feeling?
I mean, it's awfully more quiet at home. Because most of the time I'd expect my sister to rush into my room and say, "Oh, look, I did this inside this other game we play a lot."
It's awfully more quiet. And I think also because we're so different. You're more introverted, you're quiet, and mommy's more louder. And you find that we're grieving differently. But if you were to say anything to Tepang, like if she had to, if you would have one more, your last day with her, if God had to say, okay, MK, I'm giving you the last 24 hours with your sister, what would you do differently? Or what would you say to her?
What did I say to her? I'd probably talk with her and try and reflect how life was with her. And ask her why, what happened.
Yeah. And
probably play one more game with her.
One more game. What was your favorite game that you played with her?
Probably finish the lyrics.
Finish the lyrics. Oh, okay. And then remember, 1 month after her passing, we bought flowers and we went to her graveyard. Your uncles came with us to go and clean up the graveyard, and we put fresh flowers on it. How did you feel?
That day.
Yeah, on the 1 month. It was a Sunday when it was 1 month since her passing, and we went there with the uncles. How did you feel?
I mean, my body was going through lots of emotions where it couldn't understand what was going on. I was trying to force myself to understand what was going on.
But even now, do you think have you accepted, or you're still going through phases where it's not real?
I mean, it was too sudden for my body to believe what happened. So for right now, my body probably just thinks Tepang's a camp or something.
But is therapy helping? Because you're seeing a psychologist. Is that helping? And now that it's just the two of us at home, How's that for you?
I mean, it's fine, but quiet.
Quiet. Yeah. Do you feel that do we talk more, or what's different about it?
Tabang's not there.
Yeah. And it's heavy. And how do you feel each time you see her bedroom?
I mean, last night, I remember when I was exiting my room to go pour a drink, like Oros. Her door was open.
Oh, because your bedroom is right
Yeah.
across each other's, yeah?
Her door was open. And as I walked past it, I just felt a little shiver. Because, like, it was at night.
Shiva, isn't were you scared?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It was at night and I was getting a drink. So, I don't know. I just remembered when I was getting her water.
Or the day she passed on when she asked you for water, so you shivered and you thought of that. So why didn't you come to me? Because I said to you, if you feel scared, come to me. Why didn't you come to me?
It wasn't that bad. I didn't think of it that much.
And then you went back to your room, and then how did you forget about it?
I mean, I called my friend. Did you hear me last night? I was on the phone with my friend.
And what did you say to your friend?
No, we're just playing a game together.
Is it?
Yeah.
So since your sister passed on, have you been inside her room? Do you go in her room?
Sometimes.
When?
After school. Yeah.
You walk in to say what?
I mean, most of the time is to look at myself in a mirror because her mirror's big.
Oh, to look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And?
But sometimes I just go there and say, like, there was this one time I got home, I went into a room, then I just, for some reason, it came out of my mouth. I didn't mean to say it. It's like I said, how was your day at school today? How was camp and things like that.
Do you know there's nothing wrong with, I still see you. So I took a picture and it's in my room. And I still talk to her sometimes. Like, I'll be like, hey, how are you? I think it's part of our grieving process. It's painful, it's sore, and it's not nice. And what do you want to say to maybe people or children your age who've lost brothers or sisters? What do you want to say to them?
I mean, right now I can't say much because it's only been like a month. I haven't really been through it yet, but it's not easy, I'll say that.
And how do you feel that we are going to keep a legacy alive by establishing the Kanyisile Pediatric Foundation for Brain Aneurysm Awareness? How do you feel about that?
Wherever she is, she's probably happy.
You think she's happy? Why would she be happy?
I mean, she'll probably be recording a video for Facebook
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
She'd probably be recording a video for Facebook about what?
About aneurysm, things like that.
She'd
Don't
probably say,
bully.
hi friends, my name is TK. Do you know what brain aneurysm is?
Yeah,
Chances, ne?
yeah.
So, again, as you heard from my son, she says, if his sister's probably smiling in heaven and she's happy that we are keeping her legacy alive as a public speaker. And yes, if you want to get in touch with us regarding assisting us with creating awareness about brain aneurysm, whether you're in the medical profession or you're somebody that just wants to learn more about it, the contact details for the Kanyisile Pediatric Foundation are on your screen right now. You can send us an email. We definitely are looking for more of medical practitioners, psychologists, donors, funders who will be able to assist us in creating awareness about brain aneurysm, because most parents, your child drops down and dies and you're not aware what happened, because maybe at times you don't even want the postmortem. So please do contact us regarding the Brain Aneurysm Foundation. But what do you think, MK? I think from this, I always say my pain has become the gain of many. I think from this, even if you're a mom or a dad and you've lost a child, please do send us an email on the same email address of the foundation, of the Tangile Pediatric Foundation. Send us an email if you're a mom or a dad and you've lost a child and you possibly want to just sit down and have a talk about it, and you want us to laugh, cry together, because I've seen there are moments where we're laughing, there are moments where we're crying. It's a roller coaster ride. But if you're a parent and you just want to have a time to sit down and talk and share your experiences, send us an email. Let's talk. Let's heal together. Let's hold each other's hands together. And finally, again, my daughter was never sick. Tshepang Kanyisile was never sick. We only found out post-death that the cause of her premature sudden death was because of a ruptured aneurysm. Do yourself a favor and go learn more about it. From myself and my son MK, we want to say Tshepang was never sick, and welcome to our new baby, which is the Kanyisile Pediatric Foundation for Awareness of Brain Aneurysm. Do contact us on the email on the screen. Thank you so much.